Hey ladies and gents, welcome back to my channel, thank you for coming back. Today ladies and gents, I'm going to be going into my final BAFTA film predictions. They are on the 10th and the 11th, the 10th for the craft categories and the 11th for all the other bigger categories. So I'm going to go through all of my predictions now. I will be doing my live reaction as always. I don't know whether I'll watch them both and then upload it, I'll upload it as one, or whether I'll upload the 10th and then the 11th separately. I don't know, but either which way, you will get my authentic reactions for all of them, so don't you worry about that. But before we go into this vid, ladies and gents, please remember to like, subscribe and comment, and if you're feeling extra generous, just to ding that little bell. And also, please remember to scan these barcodes, go to links in the comments, or follow the names on your screens to follow my social medias. Going into Best Picture, yeah, I think it's fair to say at this point that Nomadland is close to a lock. It's got everything except WGA, where it wasn't eligible, and then it didn't get nominated for SAG Ensemble, so obviously it couldn't win there. But it's got everything else it needs to. It's probably going to win DGA. It's already got PGA. It's probably just going to sweep the season. However, I would like to bring up Promising Young Woman, as I think we can all agree that's a runner-up for the BAFTA for two reasons. One, it's a British film, and sometimes if they have like one of the awards front runners and it's British, they will just shower it with awards. Think about the King's Speech in 1917, for example. Not only that though, there was a horrific incident in the UK about a month ago now involving a young woman. I won't go too into it because it is just not very nice at all, but it did start protests about women's rights and the treatment of women all around the world. And because Promising Woman does have that message, and because that incident happened in the UK, and because it's a British film, I do feel like it could pull the upset. But it's doubtful. I would say this is Nomadland's to lose. Charlie Chicago 7 sensible to have right bang in the middle, because it could be an upset at the Oscars, but I can't even really see it happening at the Oscars at this point, and definitely not here. And then The Father, and especially The Mediterranean, are just kind of done for this point. I think The Father's lucky to get nominated because it did miss Critics' Choice and PGA. I think the fact it's a British film really helped it. And then The Mediterranean, even bearing in mind it's a British film, is just shocking. Best Director, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. And Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. Moving along, there's no point me staying on this category. Oh, here we go. Here's a fun one. Best Actress. So the jury really had an effect this year because we haven't got Viola Davis here, who won the SAG, and we haven't got Carey Mulligan here, which is a big shocker because she's British, it's a British film, and we all love it. But still, nonetheless, she's not here, and she won Critics' Choice. So we're left with a load of people who haven't, apart from Vanessa Kirby and Frances McDormand, haven't been nominated anywhere else, and who haven't won anywhere else. And this is such an up-in-the-air category in general, but especially at the BAFTAs. It could go three ways, in my opinion. Bucky Backray, Vanessa Kirby, or Frances McDormand. Maybe even Alfre Woodard for Clemency. Who knows at this point? But I'm going on a bit of a bold one here, and I'm going to be predicting Bucky Backray for Rocks. She's really taken the hearts of the people at BAFTA. When you watch interviews with her, she's young, but she has such an amazing perspective on life. She's very talented, she's very intelligent. And the BAFTA, clearly, even with the whole jury thing, they just fell in love with Rocks and they showered it with nominations. And honestly, I really think she could win here. And honestly, I'm all down for it. She is so good in Rocks. And to be honest, a lot of people would say maybe it's Frances McDormand as a number two. I say it's Vanessa Kirby because she's British. We love her over here. She was in The Crown, for sakes. I really just can't see a world in which it won't be one of these three women. Frances McDormand could also happen because the BAFTAs have shown themselves to be a bit more kind of highbrow, and Nomadland and Piece of Woman are those films. But you know what? I'm going to go Bucky Backray. I'm going to do it. And if I'm wrong, then I've embarrassed myself here. Best Actor. I do feel like this will be the place where Anthony Hopkins can pull the upset, but still, it's not enough for me yet to say that I do feel like Chadwick Boseman is still the front runner. He unfortunately passed away, and he is equally as good as Chadwick Boseman, and Chadwick Boseman is equally as good as Anthony Hopkins and Riz Ahmed. But when this is a year where they've either won before or they can win again in the future, it does feel like the right thing to do to just give the edge to Chadwick Boseman because he does a stellar job in Man from Untitled Black Bottom. I would say that it would be a front runner to win if he was still alive. I think he's going to sweep the season. There is a possibility Anthony Hopkins could stir things up, but we just don't have enough evidence yet for me to go to vote towards that. So you know what? I'm going to go with Chadwick Boseman as the winner here. Also, a massive shout out to BAFTA for nominating Mads Mikkelsen for another round. And I wish he got nominated for the Oscar, as well as I do for Delroy Lindo. But, oh well. Whatever I want to win or get nominated usually doesn't happen. So I almost feel like maybe I just shouldn't support what I want to win and get nominated, because more often than not, it just doesn't work out. It's the reason why I was so excited when Yoo Jung-yoon won for Minari at SAGs, because usually whatever I want to win doesn't happen. Speaking of Yoo Jung-yoon, Best Supporting Actress, I had Miriam Bakalova as the winner for the longest of time since she started becoming a frontrunner, and even when she lost Golden Globe. But then Yoo Jung-yoon very recently just won SAG, and I went, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to change it. I definitely think it's between these two women. BAFTA are also very snooty, and I'm surprised they nominated Miriam Bakalova, even though she was by the jury, because she's a white female. It's a comedy performance, and the BAFTAs are often very snooty towards stuff like that and will turn away from it. So I'm happy to see she got a nomination, and I'd settle with Miriam Bakalova for winning, but I think Yoo Jung-yoon will win. She's who I want to win, and you know what? I'm going to be expecting her to be making the stage, I guess you could call it, come the night of the BAFTAs. Best Supporting Actor. Yeah, if there's one category that's most likely to sweep, it's Supporting Actor. Daniel Kaluuya is just going to sweep the season. In fact, the one place I think maybe an upset could be caused is the Oscars, because it's split and maybe half will go for Kaluuya and half will go for Lakeith Stanfield. But it's doubtful. I would say this is Daniel Kaluuya's to lose, and I'm just so happy to see him here because he is phenomenal in Judas and the Black Messiah. My personal vote would go to Paul Raci, but like I say, whatever I want to win doesn't win, and you know what? I'll happily vote for Daniel. I'll happily settle for Daniel Kaluuya. Best Original Screenplay. So I'm so conflicted at the moment on whether I go with Promising Young Woman or Trial of Chicago 7. So I guess the one way I had to decide in my head was, which one do I think is most likely to win Best Picture at the BAFTAs? And that is Promising Young Woman. And how can I say it's more likely than Trial without it having winning original screenplay? Especially considering neither are nominated for Best Director. For Promising Young Woman in particular, that is just fucking criminal. Aaron Sorkin, for as good as Trial is, and for as much as I like it, I wouldn't say he deserves a director nomination for it, but that Promising Young Woman snub is just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I'm just shocked to see Mank here, bearing in mind it underperformed in several areas, and considering Oscars went on to snub it, the fact they made it here, but oh well, guess those are some things in life that you just can't really answer for. Best Adapted Screenplay. So, I've been saying for a while now, Nomadland just doesn't feel like the type of film that the Oscars would go for on screenplay. And the film that I feel like will be most likely to enter the Oscars is The Father. And I feel like it'll be the most likely to win here because it's British, it was nominated in Best Picture, and it's just a better written screenplay, and it's more of a screenplay film. Nomadland is well written for the type of film it is, but I don't really think it deserves awards. It's not really much of a screenplay film, whilst The Father is. And like how I say the screenplay and the editing is the directing for Trial of Chicago 7 in terms of what makes it great, the same can be said for The Father, because oh my god, without that screenplay, The Father would be nothing. It's just a perfect merge of a great writer and a great story based on a great play that the writer always wrote, and we were left with this. And I feel like if Father's going to go on to win the Oscar, it's going to have to win before somewhere else, most likely. We could have a Precious situation where Up in the Air wins everywhere, and then Precious comes in and takes a surprise win at the Oscars. But more often than not, that doesn't happen. So I'd say The Father basically has to win here. I'm going to consider it for the Oscar. Best Cinematography. I say it's 8% Nomadland, 20% Mank. Cost of Toyne and take your pick. I'm going with Nomadland though, because I feel like the BAFTAs will really fall in love with Nomadland. It is great. It would be my pick for cinematography. Oh, I got it. I like the cinematography in these films both equally, and I'd happily see either of them win, but I guess Nomadland would be the better winner. It'll be a much more cool win. No, Mank would be the more kind of same old win, so I guess I'm rooting for Nomadland, and I think it will win. Best Costume Design. I'm gonna stick with Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's looking likely to get the Costume Designers Guild in terms of all the pretty awards. Pretties being costumes, makeup, production design. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom just seems to be the sweeper of the season, so it'd be silly to go against Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I think equally do think Emma could win because it's a period film and they love that. It's pretty dresses and pretty suits, and everyone's all like, oh, glamorous, and teacups and tea parties while we wear our yellow dresses. And I do know that the BAFTAs may not be able to help themselves and they may fall head over heels for that. But I say Ma Rainey's has the edge. Best film editing. I'm so split between Child of Chicago 7 and Sound of Metal. Sound of Metal, in my opinion, would maybe be the better win. Equally, I think the editing of Child of Chicago 7 is magnificent, and I'd happily see it win here. This is a really strange year because I don't really think Nomadland's winning editing, and if Child of Chicago 7's win editing, it may be its only award of the night, and if Sound of Metal wins editing, it will... Oh wait, no, because Sound of Metal is probably going to win sound, but still, usually a film just winning editing and nothing else is very strange and bizarre. It doesn't often happen. The last time it happened was Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which was a proper shocker win because it didn't even get nominated for Best Picture. But it's looking like this may be the year where that happens again. Last year we did have 4-3 Ferrari winning sound mixing. No, we had 4-3 Ferrari winning sound editing and then film editing. So it is possible for a film to win like a lesser award than film editing. Same goes for it's a bit of a joke to say it, but same goes for Bohemian Rhapsody. So it's absolutely possible, but it just doesn't sit right with me. But I guess it's looking like it'll probably happen this year. Best makeup and hairstyling. Yeah, I've got to go Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. In my opinion, I think the Hillbilly Elegy makeup helps tell the story better. And when you watch the breakdown of them both, I think that Hillbilly Elegy has the better makeup because Ma Rainey's Black Bottom has fantastic makeup, no doubt, but it's mainly Viola Davis. Whilst Hillbilly Elegy, there's a lot more to it. They had to consider the aging, Amy Adams' drug problem, even the little things like adding like sunburnt skin to them, and I just think the makeup and hair is better in Hillbilly Elegy. Nonetheless, I would be happy to see Ma Rainey's Black Bottom win. It also has fantastic hair and makeup in and really helps kind of tell the story of the time. Best production design. Mank. Mank has been absolutely sweeping the Critics Awards, even when they just didn't really like it in other areas. So Mank will be winning production design, ladies and gents. I don't know what to say. Moving along. Oh, and the same goes for this category. Best score. Yeah, Soul is winning. It's been sweeping. It's got Golden Globes. It's got Critics' Choice. It's been sweeping the critic circles. I can't see Mank winning. Minari would be my pick because it is such a soft kind of sway me away score, but if I'm being honest, I just don't think it's going to happen. Promising Woman and News of the World are definitely not going to... Actually, maybe News of the World has a shot because of the fact James Newton Howard and has been winning in other areas, but still I think it's doubtful. So you know what, yeah, this is another category where I'm almost certain to bet my life in it. Soul is winning, best score. Oh, and yet to another predictable one. Best sound. Sound of Metal. Mank was the runner-up, but it's not even nominated. So Sound of Metal is just going to easily snag this award. My pick would be Soul because, Sound of Metal, the sound tells the story. But with Soul, they literally had to start from nothing and build the world around the sound. And that's incredible to me. And I think animation films go so over for sound. So I'd like to see an animated film get honoured, but it's doubtful. And I'll be happy to see Sound of Metal win. Best visual effects. It's a coin toss between Tenet and Midnight Sky. And this is the first time I've ever done this, but I don't know what to predict. I'm so stuck. Midnight Sky won the Visual Effects Society Awards last night. That being said, 1917 didn't need that, neither did First Man, so that doesn't help me at all. So I'm completely at a loss on what to be predicting. So I think it's between Tenet and Midnight Sky. Some people may call me unprofessional for this. I'm going to do a coin toss. So, heads for Tenet, tails for Midnight Sky. Heads for Tenet, tails for Midnight Sky. It landed on tails. I'm not sure if you can see that, and I'm not sure whether you're just going to have to believe me. It landed on tails, all right? I'm going with Midnight Sky. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I need to just go with what heads or tails tells me. I'm going with Midnight Sky. If Tenet wins, I'll be super angry, but... So with best casting, with the shocking snubs of Child of Chicago 7, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and One Night in Miami, it's just basically paved the way for Minari to win. I really think Minari is going to win. The upset, in my opinion, actually may be Rocks or Promising Young Woman, because they are just so loved by the BAFTA Awards, clearly. But, nah, I'm going to go with Minari, because it was the runner-up for Screen Actors Guild. Minari's, even though none of these films are likely to win Best Picture, if I had to choose most likely out of all these, it would kind of be joint between Minari and Promising Young Woman. So I'm going to give the edge to Minari. Best Animated Feature. So, does anybody want to argue the point with me? No? What's that over there? Wolfwalkers? That's an honourable. I respect your balls predicting that, but I think the rest of us in here are in agreement that it's so. So, let's move along, shall we? I'm not going to waste your time. Best Documentary Feature. With Time, All in the Fight for Democracy, Boys State not being here, I'm going to go My Octopus Teacher, because it's got the PGA award. It's now looking like the frontrunner for the Oscar. The runner-up for this would be Collective, but even I'm kind of like, for that. And because My Octopus Teacher has kind of been getting that last-minute buzz, I'm going to go with that. Best Foreign Language Film. You know what? I'm going to give the edge to Minari, and I think a lot of you may agree with me on that, but watch out for another round. I don't think this is as set in stone as we may think, because with the tons of nomination that another round got at BAFTAs, deservedly, including screenplay, director, and actor, I'd say it could easily pull off the surprise here. Not only that, though, another round's a European film, and I feel like the BAFTAs will appreciate that a lot more than a Korean film. I'm going to stick Minari, because it's one of the frontrunners for the Oscars, but you know, have another round on your peripheral vision. I feel like that could pull the upset. Best British Film. I'm predicting Promising Young Woman, for the pure and simple fact it's the most likely to win Best Picture out of this and the other Best Picture nominee that made it in, The Father. Rocks could pull the upset because of the fact that they just showed that they fell in love with it. Bucky Backray's looking like a front runner. Saint Maud, I could see Saint Maud happening in like a shocker. Same with Come with Horses, but I'd say that's doubtful. I really think this is a two-way race between Promising Young Woman and The Father, and I'm going to predict in Promising Young Woman. And then Best Rising Star Award, I'm going to go with Bucky Backray. Anyway, ladies and gents, with that rounds out my final predictions for the BAFTA Film Awards. I'm super excited to be watching. It'll be much easier for me to watch this in the UK, because it'll be on BBC, it'll be on UK television. I can watch it in decent time and get a decent night's sleep. And I'm really excited to be reacting with you guys as the awards go down, and I'll be giving you my live reactions. So I hope you're looking forward to that. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gents. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and click on my channel below to check out all my videos. But until next time, ladies and gents, so long for now.